And the third C, which I think is the most important one, that's why I left it for last. So you clicked on this video because you saw the title. 3 C's to avoid in medical billing. So you really want to know what they are? Keep watching. I'm going to tell you. So the first C is becoming complacent. Now, to become complacent means to be satisfied with yourself and your accomplishments. Overall, that's not a bad thing, but it does become bad when you think you know everything. And in medical billing, it's easy to do that. All of these examples that I'm giving, I have probably done a little bit myself here or there, but I had to put myself in check. So sometimes you feel like you know everything, you feel like you've been doing it long enough, you feel like you have a lot of experience with it, and so you feel like you know everything. And when you start to feel like you know everything and you don't want to learn anymore, that is when it becomes a bad thing. There are always new guidelines, new technologies, new ways to do things, and if you think you know everything, you're not going to want to do that. If people tell you new things, you're probably going to be like, well, I already know that, or I do it this way, or I do it that way. And you really don't want to be that way. In medical billing, you want to be able to have an open mind, be able to learn new things and continuously learn new things, because in the medical field, things are always changing. The second C is becoming comfortable. Now, to be comfortable is to be at ease, to be relaxed. And again, what's wrong with that? Why shouldn't I be, relaxed or at ease in medical billing? But the problem comes into play when you are so relaxed where you don't grow, where you just stay where you are. You started off doing payment posting, and for the past 10 years, you've been doing payment posting. There are so many duties when it comes to medical billing in different fields and different specialties. You have different duties to do. There's so much things that you can learn and grow from, especially if this is a profession for you. If this is just not a job, if this is just not something that's a pass through to your other job, this is your profession, you don't want to get so comfortable where you stop growing. You want to be able to learn new things, keep your focus, and just grow in your profession so that you can have a lot of different areas under your belt. You can challenge yourself, and just don't be stuck in doing one thing. Don't get so comfortable that you just don't learn anything, you just don't do more. So that's the second C that you don't want to do, you want to avoid in medical billing. And the third C, which I think is the most important C that you need to avoid in medical billing, is to not become conforming. And I want to get this definition correct, so I'm going to read it for you people. To become conforming means to behave according to socially acceptable conventions or standards. What that means is, if you're in medical billing and you have always done something a certain way, or you notice that the person who trained you, they trained you to do it in a specific way, and now you just have come settled in that. You don't want to ever change that. Whether it's right or wrong, you decided that this is what you want to do. You should never say, well, this is how we've always done it, so I'm going to continue to do that. Because again, things change all the time, guidelines change all the time, and you don't want to conform to the socially acceptable standards if those standards are incorrect. You want to make sure that you're doing your billing the correct way, the best that you know how, and that if it's something that's wrong, you will do it and correct it and try and do it in the right way. So that is the most important one that I think you need to follow, is to not become conforming to the standards or the socially accepted standards because they may be incorrect. Just because someone else does it or everybody else does it in medical billing doesn't mean you have to do it. For an example, I can use something simple like the modifiers. Modifiers are used because they tell a story, just how the CPT codes and the diagnosis codes tell a story. And certain people abuse these modifiers because, oh, this is what you need to do to get paid, or, oh, this is what I have, the way I've been taught, and this is how I'm always going to do it. Even if you realize that that's not the right way to do it. That's why you try to always keep up. You try to always make sure that you see what's wrong and what's right so that you can make sure that you're doing the right thing. You don't want to use modifiers that are used incorrectly. You want to make sure that whatever the modifier is saying, that it's in the medical record, or that the person who's coding, the doctor or whatever, knows that this needs to be done this specific way in order for you to use this modifier. It might sound a little confusing if you don't know anything about modifiers, but the point is to just make sure that you don't conform to do something just because everyone else is doing it. Do it because it's right, not because it's acceptable with everybody else. That's it. That's the 3 C's that you need to avoid, and I think you would do wonderful in medical billing. I do videos every Saturday, so if you like this video, please like this video, comment below. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be sure to answer them. And I'll see you in the next one.